Running a Fever, Episode 23, Adversity and Pain.
How do you handle adversity? Do you have people that you talk to? Do you have things that you do? Do you have friends that can help you out? Activities that help you get through hard times, difficult events? I'm in a little better state than I was yesterday in terms of just overall attitude. Keep in mind, it's not like I'm sitting at home complaining and giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm out here again, just like I have been every day since Thanksgiving. Gonna go out and try to do the same thing I've been doing. And I think it's in the hard times that we really find out who we are. I say hard times, sports are, and I'm just talking in general about sports, they're kind of a metaphor for our lives, the struggles that we go through, the obstacles that we come up against. It's not like there's a real battle going on the football field, but that's how it's referred to. It's a battle. It's the same in any sport. It's a demonstration of overcoming some obstacle, some difficulty. It has to be difficult. There has to be rules or something that makes it a challenge. Maybe it's just man versus man. The opponent is the challenge. And the two players try to do the best they can because they have to be better than their opponent. But in running, it's a little different because there's no opponent except the trail ahead, gravity, all the things that make me want to quit. Difficulty, the pain, the discomfort, the strain. And like any sport, it's all mental. It's not all mental, obviously, but there's a big part of it that's mental. So keeping that good attitude, trying to remember why I'm here, why I'm doing this, that's important. I studied philosophy, and that's the search for meaning in life, basically. Simplistic view of it, but it's a simple but very difficult task. And it's more about finding the overall purpose in life. But there's an individual meaning for each of us that we have to find. I think the objective meaning of life, there really is none. I'm all about objective meaning, but in this case, you can take a big concept and try to make it your own. That may work. And it's got to be general if it's about your whole life. But that's what I come back to. It's a meaning for living, for going on. And anytime I have diversity and I have to go through that, I have to work through it, push through it, that's what I think about. There's a goal that I'm going for. It's not just because I'm put here and I've just got to stay here. Not really a choice. You have to make a positive effort. And so there is a choice in that. For some reason, every time I get out of the car, the recording stops. I have to restart it. I don't know why. Almost left home without my headlamp, which I don't like to carry extra equipment. But anytime I'm going out at this time of day, I know it's a pretty good chance that it'll be low visibility at some point during the run. Pretty nice weather. I'm not wearing cap or gloves, so pretty sure I'm going to be putting that headlamp on, and when I do, it'll be different because I won't have my hat. I'll have to see if that's comfortable enough. I had it pretty tight the other night. Like I said, I'm feeling a little, I've got a better attitude today, and not much better, but it's better, and I'm feeling better physically. I was just very, very tired yesterday. Sun's pretty low in the sky, but the sky is clear once again. Nothing but a jet streaming across thousands of feet above. There's a number of cars in the parking lot. Seen a group of walkers, but nobody ahead of me. You know, I think one of the things that is maybe adverse being outside as opposed to running on a treadmill is that on a treadmill, while the scenery, such as it is, may be much less visually stimulating, and also you really don't know. You just see a number. There's not a distance ahead that you see that's in between you and the completion of your task. So not only am I looking ahead at, you know, the next clear area where I see some disc golfers. They appear to be as crazy as regular golfers, but you know, the weather isn't that bad. But obviously they really like it because it is December and they're out here. And I know they're out here in July as well. Not only am I looking at this area, but I'm thinking of that dam. I'll be running out to the dam and how I've got to get up that final hill before my run will be complete. I could start on the dam, turn around, and that would be a half mile. Just running on the dam, over and back. And we're halfway to the run. People are having a good time today. So I could do that. If I don't do that, if I do my regular thing, then it's uphill for that last few yards. And then I'll level out and I have to go further on the dam, another 10 or 20 yards. That section of the dam is about a quarter mile, so it's just a loop, basically, across and back. I think I'll do that today. I think I will do that. Means I will have already walked a mile by the time I start the run, but I'll be nice and warm. Ten minutes in, and I'm just passing the 1 mile marker, which means I walk a 10-minute mile. I mean a 20-minute mile. Live math here. Live math. Math on the run. Live without a net, without a calculator. Without a computer, without pencil or paper. Question is when to put on the headlamp. It's sun's already out of sight, as far as I can tell. I don't know, we'll see what I see I get on the other side of the marina, but still plenty of light. These quarter miles seem to go by a lot quicker than the ones when I'm running, ironically, because they're so much easier. So running 42 of those in a day just really seems like a lot. Yeah, the sun's just aglow in the sky from here. I think it'll definitely be headlamp time once I get back to this area past the marina, where I usually find it to be much darker. Howdy. Passed a few people, but it looks very quiet here. Going by the marina and the park that's right next to it, the docks. No one there. I don't know if you ever heard the bell. I assume that they ring the bell to just let anyone that's out on the lake know that it's time to come back. Turn in your boats. The marina's closing, the gate's gonna close. Everything is, even walking, is just gets me more fatigued now. So I don't know. I'm starting to think I really don't want to voice this. I'm starting to think maybe my dad was right. Maybe I shouldn't run every day. Maybe I need some time to recover. Even if it's just one day a week. Of course, I know things are going to come up, like I said. And so far, I've been able to run early in the morning, or, now I've got the headlamp. It gives me even more flexibility. I can run in the dark. So, that being the case, perhaps I should consider that. All right, so we crossed the intersection, up that little hill, and just about ready to go here. Well, did it all in one go. Okay, headlamp time. Not gonna change the strap at all. I had it over a hat. That was plenty tight. Put it on the low setting. Feels fine. Definitely feels better than the last couple of days. I did consider quitting because for some reason, I got up on the level of the dam and just looking ahead to that half mile marker in the distance, and part of it's perspective. I mean, if you're looking out in the distance, you can't really, it doesn't look like that much.
Afternoon.
So I know it's got something to do with that, but also just start running, start looking for the finish line. And just the halfway point seemed like it was forever away. It seemed like it stretched out and got farther and farther away. But as I got closer to it, the closer you get it, the more it seems kind of reachable. thinking, well, I can reach that. Turn around, not thinking of anything beyond that. Got there and I felt the same thing. I started catching up. That's probably a popular turnaround point. People park at the marina and just walk across the dam and back. So I meet a lot of the people just in that section that I met on the way in the other direction. Just coming up behind a large group of people, and of course, I want to just walk with them. So do I stop and walk behind them, or do I try to go ahead of them, get enough speed to go ahead of them? And they're just walking, but I run really slow, 20-minute mile and all that. Well, that's walking, but anyway. But I did, somehow I got past that group, and then I could just about see the end of it. And yesterday I didn't even get around that corner. I got halfway, I guess I got around the corner, but I didn't really know. I think this happened the first time I went that far. I got to that point. It was actually the 0.55 part, so 0.05 of a mile short of that full half mile on that run. So now I'm going up this hill, and I came down. I usually come down when I start my run. And the biggest challenge is it seems it's hard on my back because I have to bend over more. And I'm trying to keep that posture a little better just to help my back. But it didn't hurt before or during the run so far. I'm not talking about the muscular pain I'm feeling now, but I'm talking about the nerve pain. So any day without that is a good day. It makes the walk back really tough. And a lot of it, I think, passing the 1 mile point, 1 mile marker here. Half a mile to go. On weekends, I'm standing and walking more. At work, I spend most of the time sitting. And I usually sit long enough that I had that little reminder pop up on the watch. It's been 50 minutes, time to get up and walk. And then when you do get up, it gives you that little vibration, and you look at the watch, it's got a little green track shoe that says, good. It's kind of rewarding you for getting up. So I think it's a cumulative effect. In the worst times of this ailment, I could only stand up for a couple of minutes before I started feeling pain. My back's in better shape now than it was then. And hopefully that will continue to improve. Gotta admit, that's another point in favor of taking those weekend days off. Or at least one of them. Often spend a lot of time, come and think of it, this is Monday, Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was all day, or all morning shopping, and then all afternoon doing other stuff around the house, and my run was later in the day. Although maybe if I ran in the morning on the weekends, that would help. Or any day for that matter. Funny how the brain works and works on these things in its own time. My brain is particularly slow. So my back is killing me, but it's muscular pain, and that's no problem at all. It'll pretty much go away when I sit down. And I'll be groaning like an old man, like the old man that I am, the next time I get up. But that's not unusual at all, even when I'm not out exercising. So I took some preventative Advil before I came out today. Oh, so you don't have to hold it down. All right, I've got it on bright now. Don't have to hold it down, you just press it twice. Well, this back pain's getting more intense, probably because I'm thinking about it too much. This doesn't feel like winter at all today, but that's partially because I'm all warm now from the workout. I did get up in the 60s today. So except for the fact that it's dark, it probably what's about 5:40, 5:15, 5:30. About 2:35. And the fact that a lot of the trees are bare. Could be just a cool summer night. The difference here is, I feel the pain in my back. I tend to lean over a little bit more, which just makes it worse. If I have the nerve pain, I'm limping. It all goes down my right side. And really close though. Quarter mile coming up. Actually, it's just a 1/10 of a mile left. I don't know where the quarter mile, 1 1/4 mile was. Missed it. Actually feeling pretty good today, except for the sore back. Can deal with that. I can deal with that every day. Definitely needed the headlamp, and it's probably not even winter solstice yet.
Yes, I'll be coming up shortly.
There's a kid riding a bike with no light, and he was going pretty fast. Mile and a half. By the way, I did check the health app last night, and that day that I thought I went 3 miles, I went almost 3 miles. 2.8, I think it was. Well, we are still recording, so welcome to the drive home segment of the show. Adversity. What do you do? Well, you got to work through it. You got to use the resources you have. But you got to work through it. And I got to tell you, if you're listening right now, you're one of my resources. It's something that keeps me going, is the fact that I know I'm going to do a podcast. I know there's somebody that's out there listening. And I don't know if you're cheering when I make it that 2.8 miles and when I complete a run of 5 miles without stopping, or half a mile without stopping. It's going to be 5 miles someday. I don't know, but I know somebody's listening. So that's motivation enough for me to keep doing it. Sitting in the car now, no pain at all. Just exhaustion. Diet update. I had 2 pieces of sausage this morning for breakfast. So that's good. Started the day with plenty of protein. So I'm sure that helped. It can't hurt, I don't think. It's probably a healthier breakfast protein, maybe with less fat. Most of the things that have protein have fat or sugar. You know, I've got peanut butter, but that's got sugar and fat. Still better though. It's still better than no protein, I think. So overall, feeling a little better today. Maintained my level by going the same distance, running the same distance. Pain level is better, and diet is slightly better today as well. So progress, and of course another day. It's another day. I guess 24th run. So that's good. I'm feeling good about being on the journey today, and I want to thank you for being there with me, and we'll see you next time.
You're listening to the Padua Podcasts Network, PaduaMedia.com.